Welcome friends. Today's topic is very important and sensitive also with reference to the EPFO pension members. Finally, Supreme Court, which is the highest judiciary of India, clarified and given the final verdict about the pension confusions. There were so many issues pending in the court for the clarification. Let's see the history in nutshell. This act was introduced in 1952. However, there was no any big change as such in the scheme of the pension. Only amendments were there in EPF ceiling wages from time to time. To begin with, it was rupees 300 per month PF wages. In September 2000, it has amended to the 15,000 per month, and then this doubt starts. So, after September 14, higher amount was deducted towards the PF contribution as well as pension contributions. But those who were retiring subsequently, they were not getting the sizable amount as compared to the deposits. Hence, there were so many confusions and difference of opinions among the EPF enforcement department and the beneficiaries. So many people approached to the judiciary authorities at various levels, and there were so many writ petitions and special leave petitions pending in the Supreme Court. So on 24th August 2021, finally, highest authority of India, Supreme Court, clubbed all such pending writ petitions and special leave petitions. Its total number was about 35 to 40 numbers. Summarized it and discussed together and finally disposed with the proper clarification. So Supreme Court with certain conditions and clarified that members can opt for higher rate of pension and define certain conditions also. So, first is reference to the date of commencement of the scheme or the date on which salary exceeds the ceiling limits of PF wages are dates from which option exercise are to be reckoned with for calculation of pension salary. So this is happening right now. But the said dates are not cut-off dates to determine the eligibility of the employer-employee to indicate their option under the provisions of section 11.3, which is a ceiling section. Section 11.3 will be referred with reference to the PF ceiling wages. So, second option, both the employer and the employee opt for deposit against the actual salary and not the ceiling amount. Then in such case, exercise the option under para 26 of the Provident scheme to eligible to higher rate of calculation and pension clarified by the Supreme Court. It means, it is clarified what it means. If employer and member agrees to contribute on actual PF wages, may be higher than the ceiling wages, then Supreme Court has again minutely classified in further. First option, Honorable Supreme Court in this verdict clarified to seek a return of all such amounts that the employees concerned may have taken or withdrawn from their provident fund account before granting them the benefit of the proviso of 11.3 of the pension scheme. Once such return is made available to the enforcement department as per their requirement, then they could be in a position to recalculate pension with higher rate of wages. It's very important. One must understand, study this clause because it requires lots of returns, documentation, analysis of the respective pensioner right from the date of option. Next classification is date of exercise of the joint option for under the paragraph 11 of the pension scheme does not stipulate cut-off date at all. See, this is also interesting. Why? Because any such stipulation of a cut-off date for conferring benefits under the pension scheme would have the effect of classifying the employees into persons who have retired before or after the said date. That date is 1st September 2014, where higher ceiling wages were amended. And then this problem was there. So next is Supreme Court has again classified further. So first one is employees who have exercised option under the para 1.3 of the scheme in service as on 1st September 2014. This is one classification. It's normal. Second one is employees who have not exercised. Earlier one is exercised, this one is not exercised. Their classification is different. Third classification is employees who have retired prior to 1st September 2014 without exercising an option under the para 1.3, that is the ceiling wage limit. They can also think of going back for the higher rate of pension options. And the employees who have retired after 1st September 2014. Supreme Court in broad sense classified all such possible beneficiaries cases to get for higher benefits. Our expert advisory team has certain observations, so it's very important to understand those observations. First is, if we see there is no change in original act or scheme, that's a big change, except amendment in wage ceiling. Second observation is, pension matter was not required to be clarified earlier by EPF department or by the employer or by the beneficiary, as amounts towards pension contributions were deposited was not voluminous, very small. Next one is, in 2014, due to EPF wage ceiling hike, pension contributions were deducted at 8.33% on the ceiling of EPF wages, and it was huge. But after retirement, pension received was, compared to the deductions, was very less, and there was no any clarity as such on what basis such pension amount is worked out. EPF department was also not able to provide such formula to the beneficiaries, and hence doubts arises. Next one is, we propose, rather we recommend certain options before one goes for the various options for higher rate of pension. See, it's very interesting. Even though the Supreme Court has clarified various options, as of now there is no any defined process or format or clarification from the EPFO department. Next recommendation is, unless the transparent process formats are not officially declared by the enforcement department, it is advisable to wait and watch before anyone goes for the options. Next one is, please don't take any haphazard decision and reinvest or redeposit any such amount for getting higher pension, as in absence of practical clarity one may have stuck up in process and invite serious problems during their retirement. In this way, probably they may spend their hard money which is saved for the retirement, and in absence of proper process, they may stuck up in the process and face the problems. Next one is, those who are interested in getting higher pension must write to EPFO department and seek the full clarification process, and documents need to be submitted in this regard. Otherwise, in half the process, member may not be in a position to submit the documents required by the EPFO department. Also seek the various formulae to calculate probable pension amount after retirement. Because if you reinvest your amount and if you receive again very less pension amount, then it will be a big problem. And finally, those members who currently working and interested for higher rate of pension, then with the consent of the current employer, they can try and opt for this scheme, as it is optional and not binding. Those who are really interested in higher rate of pension, they can follow this final option with the consent of the employer. If this happens, then their future pension benefits could be easier to get. So we have tried to clarify in simple manner, but all such cases of pension matters depends on their merits. So, in case of any doubts, clarification, please comment in our channel. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, share, like. Till then, in next video, next week, be safe at home. Thanks for watching our video. Goodbye.